Hello and welcome to episode 207 of the Veeam Community Recap. I am the Ricktron sitting right here where Maddie was last week. She had a good seat, good light. I'm taking it. I'm still in Seattle. I did get to go home over the weekend. You made it home, Maddie. How are you doing today?
Good day, Rick. Good day, community. Indeed, that was a good spot. Yours not as good as mine. So glad that you decided to go there today in that office. I'm doing well back from Seattle, talking about Seattle. As I was mentioning earlier, still struggling with jet lag, not sleeping until 4 a.m. So hopefully it's going to just go in a couple of days. But other than that, good. We've been very busy. We took like not break, but last week, being in Seattle, being in meetings, we didn't really have time to focus on all the projects. So catching up with all that, and the community is busy as well. So
Yes, it
yeah,
is. And, it was kind of cool to be together last week. I kind of feel, uh, it, I don't know, anyone who's been through like multi-day meetings, you kind of love them and you kind of hate them. It's good to know what's going on with everyone, but they just go on and on and on. But we did have, some good dinners. We had some good experiences. And I love it at this office. When you look out the window, you can see sometimes bald eagles flying by. And there may or may not have been several distractions when someone is like, eagle, in the middle
yeah.
of the meetings. But no, it
That
was
was
good fun.
fun. That was actually pretty fun, just taking like 1 minute break. So that's great.
Yeah.
But talking about the meeting last week in Seattle, just want to say kudos to AZ because he was the organizer and it was amazing. Everything was amazing. Like the way he organized the meetings, the way he organized, the after meetings, let's put it that way,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it was a great experience. So thank you, Az.
Yeah, Andre did a great job on our team organizing that. I'll tell you, the one thing I did not want to do was organize it. So I was glad to see that AZ stepped up to the challenge. All right, but like you said, Maddie, it is running hot over on those green pages. So let's go check it out. And first up, a new name, Tommy, comparing data protection and motorcycle safety. What the heck?
Yeah, this is his first article ever, if you can believe it, and it's at the community hub. So really great to have you, Tommy. And it's a great article as well. I had so much fun reading it, because it's fun, creative, and insightful as well. And the parallel makes total sense to me, like the motorcycle safety to data protection preparedness. You're right. It's kind of the same mindset in a way. So he's talking about a show that he's watching because he's passionate about motorcycles and riding more motorcycles. So he's trying to put a parallel, as I said, and he talks about these 5 stages that refer to the frame of mind the writer may be in at any given point in their ride, and then he uses colors for each stage. And that, what reminded me of, Rick? Do you know? No? Your
Hold
traffic
on.
light.
Oh, the traffic light system. Yeah, very close. Yeah.
Yeah. So it reminded me of that. I thought that was fun. And then, you know, he's talking about the white stage. I'm not going to really explain all of it. So everyone can just go over it. But the white stage is like when you are unaware of your environment. The yellow stage, you are aware and prepared. And then stage, you have identified the threat. Red stage, it's already emergency response. And brown stage, you never want to be there. It's panic and loss of control because you are not prepared. So apparently that happens in the
Yeah.
writer's world as well. So now he's trying to look at these stages from a data protection mindset. So he's talking again of all these stages, and he's talking white stage, you have no backup or you have an outdated backup, and then yellow stage, you are aware and prepared. This is the stage that you want to be in. You have a well implemented backup, recovery strategies in place, you test it regularly, you monitor it regularly. So he said this is the ideal state to maintain, and I have to agree on that. And then he talks orange stage when your VeeamONE, for instance, detects that backups are taking longer than usual. So basically, you might just have a threat in there. So then, red stage, you are already in emergency response. You have a critical failure. And then brown stage, you panic and lose control because no tested recovery plan exists or backups are missing, which is even worse, or corrupted. So, I am already looking forward to your next article, Tommy. I think that was so good. Thank you.
This is fantastic. And Maddie, I don't know if I've told you, I may have told you, but I don't know if I've told the audience, but I don't do a street motorcycle, but I have a device with my son that we ride side by side, and people who
Oh,
know what
that's
that is.
nice.
And this is absolutely maps well to all those types of safety things and data protection as well. Tommy, you don't know this, but you are walking into something that we're going to announce at VeeamONE. Believe it or not, some news that is going to be at the event. I can't say anymore. Tommy, you're in our heads, and welcome to contributing here at the community. Hope to call your name again soon. Good stuff.
And maybe we're going to see you in San Diego. Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be there. Tommy, come up and say hi. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, and by the way, last thing he said, his first blog ever. That was cool. Great job on that, by the way.
Totally. Yeah. Loved it.
All right, next up, Esteban, your buddy from Argentina, talking about CPU ready and OpenShift, and he's bringing the emojis. I love it.
Yes, totally. So he's discussing the CPU ready in OpenShift virtualization. He starts by trying to clarify the CPU ready term, because apparently there is confusion around it. Mm-hmm. So he's explaining that the higher the CPU ready is, the worse the performance of the vSphere infrastructure, and the more applications will suffer. So that's a very interesting and good thing to start with. And then he discusses what causes high CPU ready, identifies the two main causes of high CPU ready, which is high CPU oversubscription, which apparently is probably the most encountered situation, and then use of CPU limits. And then he shares some info on how to view CPU ready in VMware and what is a normal CPU ready value. And he gives us, of course, some numbers in there. He calculates it. I'm not going to go over all those numbers. I know you might, Rick, in a minute. And after that, he's talking about how to measure CPU ready in OpenShift virtualization, and even gives us some recommendations to avoid CPU throttling in OpenShift virtualization. And I think this is great write-up, Esteban, and keep them coming. I really want to see you this year, if you know what I mean. And I'm winking in here. So
well,
what did you think about it?
And Esteban even put, I love this end image here. I don't know the story of that, but that's just going with the wink as well. I think this is fantastic because a lot of people are using different hypervisors now, looking at different hypervisors. CPU ready, this is one of those back to basics things. I remember in my virtualization journey, this was one of the very first things you ever learned about troubleshooting and performance management was CPU ready. And right here, super important, what causes it? Really, number two of doing it wrong, and then over subscribing CPUs for virtual machines because they all will take it. So, and I love how he compares this to what VMware is doing. Great stuff. Hope to be calling your name more. Esteban, thank you so much for sharing it. And I love the emojis. It just makes it visible and pretty to read because in the end, sometimes this is kind of boring stuff, but you're making it look good. So thank you so much, Esteban.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, Mr. Christian Emersol, I Am Soul. He is back with an upgrade of SQL. This is a good one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chris is very consistent with his post in here. So keep on doing what you're doing, first of all, Chris. We like to have you in the recap almost every week. So that's fantastic. He's discussing Veeam's recommendation to use Microsoft SQL Server instead of PostgreSQL in the following scenarios: large scale deployments, when your Veeam backup and replication infrastructures manages thousands of VMs, um, because it provides better scalability and performance. Um, and it has also advanced features like always on availability groups that are exclusive to Microsoft SQL Server and can benefit large high availability environments. And then VeeamONE integration, that the currently one requires the Microsoft SQL Server database. So he's also letting us know that, you know, the latest version of Microsoft SQL Server is SQL Server 2022. And hey, if you use an older version, you should definitely upgrade. And he also says like, hey, PostgreSQL, you know, can definitely be used and recommend it if you have less than 5,000 VMs. It is definitely sufficient for most environments with less than 5,000 VMs. And last but not least, he says in the last paragraph, I think, that Microsoft announced SQL Server 2025, but is not confirmed yet. So I don't know if there is any update on that or no. He shares a link in there, so you can always just go and check it out, see if there are any updates on it. But overall, thank you, Chris. Great update in here.
Yeah, indeed. Always good to stay current on your platform support. A couple thoughts here. Number one, this is one of those things that when we think about Veeam environments, this can almost inhibit you from going up, right? So think about your upgrade processes, and then always a good idea to do tests in a data lab, a virtual lab. So I've talked to a lot of people that have moved to new Veeam deployments or even just databases. You can take an image-based backup, test the upgrade in the data lab to then go do it in production, right? Don't have any risk. So never forget about the data lab to test these types of things. So thank you, Chris. Good stuff. All right, we stick to the plan. I got plenty more tabs, but now we're going to the Vanguard blog. Whoa, where'd my stuff go? It's weird, it flashed. I'm having gremlins. I'm telling you, Maddie, having gremlins. But I closed the tab and I thought I lost it all, but we're back. The Vanguard blog spotlight and Ben Harmer creating push notifications with VeeamONE. How cool is that?
Absolutely. So, as I said, I felt like I read it previously. I think I did whenever I was selecting the Veeam Vanguard blog of the Spotlight. So basically, this is a great one. He's discussing VeeamONE with a focus on notifications using alarms. He's starting by letting us know that alarms are fully customizable, and that offers, of course, flexibility to tweak them to your liking or even create your own. So this is fantastic to have. And then he goes over some features that got his attention. Those are notifications and options for notifications. Send email to a default group, send email notifications, and SMP trap run script, create service now incidents, send syslog message. And then he goes and discusses actions that are designed to be used for troubleshooting tasks using custom scripts. And he's then explaining that using scripts with VeeamONE is not as difficult as one might think. And he's giving us an example using the backup job state alarm. He's providing us with a full demo in there. And that's fantastic. Then he moves further and discusses push notifications, and that's a great demo in there. And then he's letting us know that, Providing alarms with custom scripts gives you complete control in deciding what actions to take based on the outcome of an event. So I know you have a lot to say about this article. So
Oh, it's not a lot. It's just this is
no,
awesome. I mean, this is
just
cool.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually had a need to explain this. And so Ben, you literally you're doing my work for me. So thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Ben. And yeah, hopefully we'll have you again in this section of the recap.
Yeah, so this is the Vanguard blog spotlight, and Ben Harmer is the one from benharmer.blog that we've highlighted. Speaking of Vanguards, big congratulations. Nicola has onboarded the 2025 class of Vanguards, had a great call yesterday. And we just completed also the Legends, got the shirt on today, Maddie, the Legends onboarding call as well. And I think overall, we grew a little bit, a couple of new members, total 49 Vanguards worldwide listed here, and really good to see this class get onboarded.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And thank you, Nikki, for sharing it. Congratulations to all new and returning Vanguards. And we all looking forward, to meet the new ones in person and see the old ones in person in San Diego or in Prague for the ones that are not going to be able to make it in San Diego for VeeamONE. But yeah, we have a great community, legends, vanguards, MVPs, and of course the rest of the community. All our members are fantastic and are doing a great job in here. So
Yeah, and I think well, it's not overall new, but we once again have a member from Czech Republic, so we have a new country as well represented in the Vanguard class. So good stuff. Congratulations, Nicola. Congratulations, 49 Vanguards.
yeah.
Speaking of countries, France is up twice. We're going to talk about a very busy day next week, the 25th of March. We've got a user group in Marseille and a user group meeting in Paris. So let's go ahead and do the translation situation because my French is just a wee bit non-existent. And looks like it's going to be at Free Pro and then in Marseille and then at the Microsoft facility there in Paris, which I'm sure is actually quite nice. So this is good to France user group going on strong as always.
Yeah, so just want to say thank you to Christopher Glemont and Philippe and Julian and Eric for organizing this. I understand that there are going to be some sessions in parallel, so might just be a video situation. I'm not convinced, but guys, let us know and looking forward to see the pictures and the posts. So
Yeah, I want to know about the V beer and the quiz war. That sounds awesome. So that caught my eye there, everyone. So that
mhm.
sounds cool. And oh well, this one's at the Microsoft office. They can't have a quiz war and a V beer, so it's a little bit more starchy over there. So I think I would pick Marseille, is what I'm
Paris.
saying. So
It's Paris.
yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Next up, we have three rock stars walk into a bar and do a webinar. No, not really, but Hin, Michael, and Tim are going to talk a really good online Cloud City event. What happens in VDC stays in VDC next week, next Thursday, week from this week. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're gonna walk just in go to meeting, not in a bar, but it's gonna be good enough that they're gonna meet the community. So that's fantastic. And they're gonna discuss the BDC Vault and how you can leverage it for secure and protected data storage and management. So I think this is going to be really good. And Michael, Paul, and Tim Smith, they are super pro when it comes to this subject. And him, thank you very much for organizing the series. It's fantastic to see it month after month. And looking forward to see what's next, because there's going to be another one. So this is March. There's going to be another one April or May because of the VeeamONE. So it might just be a little bit pushed back, but let's see how that goes.
as you can see by as many tabs as I've opened here, it is quite a busy time at Veeam. And you went there, Maddie. You went there. We are going to talk about VeeamONE. And
Of
just to
course.
let everyone know, VeeamONE, you go to veeam.com/VeeamONE, get some information. It's really important to note there's actually two distinct experiences: the online experience, which is free, and then the in-person experience in San Diego. Now, Maddie, I think you've gone to every VeeamONE since you've been here. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. I've been 2022, the Las Vegas one, and then Miami one. And last year we were in Fort Lauderdale. And this year, for a change, we are moving back on the West Coast, San Diego. That's a cool
Yeah.
city. I like it. So looking forward to it.
So, Las Vegas, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Coming in, do you have a favorite of those three?
If I have a favorite, as a city or as an experience?
Ooh, okay. Either way, both.
Okay, so as a city, I mean, I really liked the experience in Miami because of
Mm-hmm.
the all the things that we were able to offer to our community. So that was impactful in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. As a city, I think I really liked better Fort Lauderdale. It was a bit more chilled, like nice beaches, like
Mm-hmm.
nicer
Mm-hmm.
facility. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna like better San Diego. Just saying.
And that's the thing. They all kind of have there's no cookie cutter VeeamONE, right? They all have their own characteristics. Las Vegas is very different in a different way, so yeah, but like for example, this is a big one here, the deeper dive. We're looking forward to that. So there's going to be so many cool experiences. Check out VeeamONE. And if you're on the fence here, I do want to let everybody know that I got approval to, let me see if I can do this now. Let's see here. I think I got this right. If you want to join us in San Diego, I got approval to use this Join Us Now 25 discount code for $200 off, where you can join us, learn a little bit more about VeeamONE, Veeam products and stuff. Now, you're already watching the recap, but trust me, every time I'm using this code, I'm telling people to go check out the community and the hands-on labs, which we've been talking about here at the community for a long time already.
Is there
But
a deadline
anyways,
for this, Rick?
I don't believe this code expires. If
Okay.
it does, message me on the community hub and I will give you a better code. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just say that if it does expire. I
That's
believe
good.
it's open-ended. Or
Yeah.
I'll
And
tell Captain Smashburn she better make it non-expirational.
I think that would be good, right? To not have an expiring date. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. All
let's
right.
just
We
give
are
it to
back.
our community. No,
Yeah.
just before you go to who's new, I just want to say that this year we're gonna have a Veeam 100 experience again. We're gonna call it Veeam 100 Underground. We are gonna have sessions by our Veeam 100 members. So thank you for signing up for that. And we're going to have after that a happy hour sponsored by Wasabi. And thank you very much, Wasabi, for supporting the community year after year and being present to our community events. It's really important for us to work with our partners. So on top of that, we also going to have a booth experience. So we're going to have our Veeam 100 members involved. So this is going to be more similar to Miami. So I think I'm going to like it because San Diego is one of my favorite cities, and then we're going to have also a similar experience in Miami. So this might just be my favorite VeeamONE.
There we go. And if that doesn't motivate you to go, I don't know what will. And a big thank you to Wasabi as well. If I would have known better, I would have worn the shirt as well. I have one of those shirts, but that really helped make these additional experiences possible. So thank you, Caitlin and the Wasabi team. Okay. Sophia, and I even put the VeeamONE slides in there so I wouldn't forget that. So thank you for remembering, Maddie. Sophia has prepared the Who's New, or have 116 coming in this week. Always interesting names. I know this one. This is a Veeam person. He's pretty good. David, I know you. A couple other names. I wonder if this is no, that's not the Lucas we've been talking about. He's already signed up, so that's a different
No,
Lucas.
no. That's a different Lucas.
But do you know what I mean? It's hard when you see like a avatar, a name, and then you meet the person in real life. It's just it throws you off. It's hard. So,
Absolutely, yeah. But great names in here. Good to see.
yeah.
Plus 116. That's also making up for last week when we didn't
Yes.
have this new. So yeah, it's not just 1 week.
So Sophia randomly picked these 6 cool names: Top Tuna, Get a Chew, Bird Waffle, Red Guard Man, The Dude, and Mike at Frazier. I love these names. They're hilarious, by the way.
Chew your tuna with waffles.
Yeah, there you go. Now, Veeam Storm Guard. I like that. That's pretty cool. The Storm Guard.
That sounds
All these cool names. I just love it. Big welcome to everyone, but it's always fun to kind of see what comes in and stuff. But a lot of stuff going on, Maddie.
Indeed, and more to come. So stay tuned. We'll be back next week.
I will be in the office next week. I will actually be home, and my family is happy to hear that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Maddie. I appreciate you coordinating all the content.
Of course.
All right, everyone. We will see you next week on 208.